It's really cool to see how such a slow process can create something that's so magnificent.
It's somewhere I shouldn't be.
There's points where you have to bend your body in ways that it's not intended to go.
I mean, if you're not coming out soaking wet and muddy, then you didn't go spelunking. My name's Worley Phillips. I'm a senior at Appalachian State, rec management major. I'm the trip leader for this trip to the back of the cave.
I'm Jonathan Dole. I'm a student at Appalachian State University in the Recreation Management program.
My name's Brent Lynch. I'm a senior at Appalachian State. I'm a recreation management major. Some essentials that everyone should have before going into a cave are helmets, gloves, headlamps, a good pair of shoes, and a first aid kit.
So this is the first large formation that we come across in the cave. This is stalagmite. A good way to remember stalagmites and stalactites is stalagmites might make it to the ceiling. The name of this formation is Yosef. The reason for that is we're all App State students, and Yosef is actually the mascot for App State.
All right, as you can see, a portion of the cave has been excavated here, and this was excavated during the mid-19th century during the Civil War. The Confederate Army was coming in here mining saltpeter, which is a catalyst in gunpowder, and it became a very crucial resource for the Confederate Army. This cave has been mined quite a bit along with numerous caves throughout the region.
There's a lot to explore, and every time you go there you find something new.
So this is the hollow floor room, because it feels like the floor is hollow. Okay, so right now we're in Leroy's room. The story behind this room is that there was a French miner who used to sneak up here when everyone else was working and take naps all day. Pretty lazy guy.
A lot of people go in kind of for the same reasons that I go in. It's just kind of to explore the unknown. A lot of people really like to challenge themselves, I guess. I just think that, like, inherently humans like to challenge ourselves and going and doing something that you haven't done before.
I've always liked just exploring new places. Going into a cave, it's like going into a different world, and it's like nothing else you can experience.
The strange but beautiful formations throughout the cave were formed over millions of years ago. So when a stalagmite and a stalactite come together, they form a column. When these columns join together, they create a curtain. This is one of the largest curtains in the southeast, and as you can see, it's quite beautiful.
Actually seeing like the drop come off like the stalactite and knowing that it's that drop that creates the formations.
This is Jabba the Hutt. It's one of the fastest forming formations in the cave. Sometimes I feel like I can just almost watch it grow. I mean, I know that's ridiculous, but it's just such continuous water forming on this formation. It takes approximately 100 years for each one of these formations to grow 1 cubic square inch.
The main principle of leave no trace that's being practiced in the cave would be pack it in, pack it out, which basically just take all your garbage and keep it consolidated in one place like a plastic bag. That goes for garbage as well as personal waste, in case you have to go use the bathroom.
Each time is something different. Each time is a new joke, a new laugh. So, I'm pretty sure we have to go through there.
When you're crawling, it's usually due to a cave collapsing, where the cave is, came in on itself.
It's a great experience to get into something that tight and know that, everything around you is just being held up by these rocks that you're crawling through.
There is a lot of crawling, but for the most part, it's a really big cave.
Getting to the back just really brings the whole trip together.
We got to sign a piece of paper. A bunch of people had signed it, and there's just a little capsule back there, so it was cool to have our name in that.
It just brings everyone together. It's like, yeah, we did this. We found our way to the back.
So it took us about an hour and 45 minutes to get here from pretty much that first crawl.
I think we'll be able to move faster on the way back.
Yeah, you're right.
I hope.
Okay. Well, that was fun. So we've actually come across a bat. Looks like a little chicken nugget up in the corner there.
In recent years, Morrell Cave has become infected with white nose syndrome. It's just a white fungus that accumulates on the tip of the bats' noses.
The fungus is spread on spelunkers' boots. Spelunkers will go into other caves, and the fungus will be picked up on their feet, and then when they go into another cave without washing their boots or doing the proper procedure, that's how the white-nosed bat syndrome spread to each cave. The history of Morrell Cave is unknown until it became the property of E.S. Worley. That's why locally the cave is referred to as Worley's Cave. There's many signatures that you can find throughout the cave from these early explorers. You've been so used to a headlamp for 9 hours at a time, and then you finally come out. And if you're lucky enough to come out during daybreak, it's just completely different. It's like walking out literally into a whole new world.
The thing I appreciate the most is light. When I come out of the cave, the first thing I'm like, oh yes, it's still light outside.
During the 80s, a young couple came down here for their first date, bringing only a maglite flashlight and no extra batteries. So of course the lights go out. They spent 3 days down here in complete darkness. It takes 2 weeks for you to go completely blind. When the rescue crew came, they had no concept of time or life itself. It raises only one question. Did he get the second date?